A dream you dream alone is only a dream. A dream we dream together is called reality. When you have a dream, chances are there's someone else right over there, and there, who share the same dream. But each of us dreaming it just a little bit differently. The process of collaborating with others is how we discover the little different bits, the excitement and the energy, the diverse skills and viewpoints that bring everyone together. When we share in a dream, everyone can be equally excited, equally motivated, and perhaps even equally consumed by the shared dream. But we tend to think of reality and dreaming as separate. But are they really? Today is about showing how we can help transport dreams from here to there, out into the world without compromise, exactly as they were imagined. And when they are there, we can share them with others to explore and communicate, to mold and collaborate, to enjoy together. This is a new way to dream and a new type of computing, one that makes dreams a shared reality. And to accelerate this collaborative computing future, I am proud to welcome all of you to Microsoft Mesh. Today, you and I make history as we collaborate on the largest mixed reality show ever created. Microsoft Mesh connects the physical and the digital worlds, allowing us to transcend the traditional boundaries of space and time. Microsoft Mesh is powered by Azure and all of its AI and compute capabilities, working seamlessly together from the intelligent edge to the intelligent cloud. It promises to take us to brand new frontiers by enabling developers to create rich and immersive experiences. Experiences that let us, 1, connect from anywhere. All of us sharing every moment and every hologram across augmented reality, virtual reality, and even traditional 2D devices. 2, Microsoft Mesh will give us agency, from avatars to holoportations, letting us feel true presence in mixed reality. And lastly, Microsoft Mesh will let us experience mixed reality together in instinctual and collaborative ways. Microsoft Mesh is integrated with the Microsoft Cloud, so workflows naturally transition from the familiar 2D mediums to the world of mixed reality. Which, by the way, brings me to this amazing underwater scene. Thank you, by the way, for creating this incredible and inspiring underwater world. I mean, look at it. It's wow. Did you have fun doing it? As your host, I cannot express how energizing it is to see each of you expressing all of your emotions with holograms. Microsoft Mesh will empower you and your businesses to learn, to play, to work together naturally, no matter the task, no matter the location. Let's take a look.
Connection is a spark that gives our lives meaning. It drives us to seek out others who feel the same way.
Okay, why don't you input the data and we'll take a look together. Hey Mari, what you got for me?
To find those who share our views, yet offer different perspectives.
そうですね。
Look over here.
Challenge us with new ways of seeing.
That I think we should.
Deepen our understanding. And enrich our lives.
最后一笔的时候，往前。
Great things happen when we commit to something bigger than ourselves.
Take a closer look at it.
Place this here. Let's see how we go from there, okay?
This sense of collaboration and the feelings of connection it brings excites us.
Hey, just in time.
I'm gonna move it slightly, okay?
It's yours, take it.
We have 2 planes right now on the same trajectory.
As we put people first, technology fades into the background and feels like anything but.
Aisha, what do you think?
I think if we had 330, maintaining 2800,
We'll be clear for approach.
Excellent.
This changes the way we see the world, and in turn, changes the world we see.
These numbers are looking great, actually.
There's promise in the possibilities, and what we see and create next will stretch the imagination.
Good morning, Sarah.
Morning.
Slowly coming towards the thumb.
A world without boundaries,
Good job. A lot better than yesterday.
Yeah.
Excellent. Slowly bring the
a
arm
world
down.
where technology enhances, not limits, humanity. With people front, center, and in the spotlight. The future is here, and here can be anywhere. Introducing Microsoft Mesh.
Envision a world where mesh-enabled applications from our partners and from Microsoft fuel this generation's collaborative computing needs. Envision a mesh-enabled Microsoft Teams, where colleagues from around the globe can collaborate as if they're physically there. And in a world of hybrid work where here can literally be anywhere, and headquarters are no longer tied to a single physical location, Mesh will allow organizations to host mixed reality gatherings with everyone in the same room. Envision a Mesh-enabled Dynamics 365. People will be able to learn together from anywhere, sharing the common perspectives so critical when learning complex topics. Envision frontline workers and how they will have access to remote experts everywhere they're needed, sharing insights quickly and effectively, ultimately keeping people safer and resolving issues faster. Microsoft Mesh builds upon our mixed reality services, which have seen incredible developer adoption. And today, I am really excited to announce the public preview of Azure Object Anchors and general availability of Azure Remote Rendering. To all of our supporters, partners, and fans around the world, thank you. We started this journey together, and it's because of you, your great feedback, and your enthusiasm that we are experiencing such great mixed reality momentum. Today, in manufacturing, retail, and healthcare, over 90% of companies with more than 500 employees are currently using or prototyping with mixed reality. And half of the Fortune 500 companies have now purchased HoloLens 2. Leading brands such as Mercedes, Intel, Airbus, and L'Oreal have deployed at scale HoloLens 2 powered solutions. Across industries, the numbers speak for themselves. Take Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin has reduced their touch labor by 90%. What used to take an 8-hour shift to complete can now be done error-free in 45 minutes. Take Toyota. Toyota has embraced HoloLens, Dynamics 365 Remote Assist, and our mixed reality services to improve maintenance efficiency and to differentiate on customer service. Their most recent mixed reality solution enables technicians to intuitively access, via Azure Object Anchors, wiring and structure information of specific car models while working on the actual vehicle. As a result, this is reducing the time spent doing inspections by as much as 20%. A significant return on investment, which has them rolling out this HoloLens 2 solution to all of their dealerships across Japan. Take Bentley Systems as another example. Bentley Systems is a global leader in software for architecture, engineering, and construction. And they're using HoloLens 2 and our mixed reality services to improve bridge inspections. In the United States alone, there are more than 600,000 bridges, a key part of the infrastructure that keeps our country running. Using drones to capture high-resolution images, Bentley can create precise digital twins for the bridge. Now, because details matter when doing inspections, Bentley is using Azure Remote Rendering to enable real-time, high-fidelity renderings, allowing multiple experts to view large sections of the bridge, all at the same time. Leveraging this Bentley solution on a HoloLens device, inspectors at Collins Engineers can visualize sections of the bridge. They can add spatial notes, annotations, dimensions, or other markings to provide detailed contextual information for the structure. And in the process, they can save 40% of labor costs for each inspection they make. And local and state government agencies can follow in the footsteps of the Minnesota Department of Transportation, who is working with Collins Engineers to save an estimated $4 million per year, savings that can be repurposed to fix even more of their aging infrastructure. And when mesh-enabled, all of these solutions can now be transformed from solitary to collaborative mixed reality experiences. Mixed reality experiences where you have the freedom to use the device of your choice. Because Mesh will work on HoloLens 2, Windows virtual reality headsets, Oculus headsets, PCs, Macs, and even smartphones. Take Accenture as an example. They are experimenting with hybrid workflows that increase accessibility, champion remote collaboration, and encourage sustainability by minimizing unnecessary travel. With a mesh-enabled alt space, Accenture is evolving their employee experience by creating a headquarters. They call it the Nth Floor. Now, this is available for everyone for onboarding, learning, and the type of human connection we are all missing right now. With alt space, everyone knows the Nth Floor is just a tap away. But what happens when you go beyond the enterprise? Collaboration doesn't just take place in enterprise settings. Sometimes we just call it hanging out with friends. With Microsoft Mesh, you can connect from any device on any platform, transforming the way we connect to one another, enabling hanging out wherever your friends are. And when here can be anywhere, the entire planet becomes your playground. Many companies are exploring and experimenting with this notion of experiencing mixed reality together. But I think we can all agree that there is one company that stands out with its real-world AR experiences. I have been a huge fan of Niantic for a very long time. I just love their ambition to build planet-scale AR experiences, experiences that connect people from all over the world. And to share more about their vision, please welcome CEO and founder of Niantic, John Hanke.
Thanks, Alex. I'm thrilled to be here and to hear all about the latest innovations in AI and mixed reality. We share a common aspiration to use technology to bridge the digital world with the physical one. From the very beginning, our work at Niantic has been designed to inspire people to get outside, play, and explore together. Underpinning this mission is our ongoing effort to create the tools and technology to connect the real world, the atoms, and the digital one, the bits, to create magical experiences. Our games have already encouraged hundreds of millions of people to explore the world together. In fact, most people's first AR experience was probably Pokemon Go. Since launching in 2016, we've seen massive numbers of people around the world connect through the game, ranging from families exploring their neighborhood to tens of thousands gathering at our events to play and celebrate together. We're incredibly motivated by the stories we hear from Niantic explorers about how a game has helped them feel happier, healthier, and better connected to one another and to their local communities. This gives us reason to feel optimistic that technology, and AR in particular, can be channeled to make a positive impact on the world. As exciting as this journey's been, we're even more excited about the next phase as we think about bringing these experiences to future generations of AR hardware. And that brings us to why we're here today. We share a common vision with Microsoft for creating real social connections in a digitally enhanced world. We're excited to be collaborating with Microsoft in this area to move the industry forward.
That's right, John. By marrying our industry-leading HoloLens devices and our new mesh capabilities with Niantic's market-leading applications, we can give people entirely new ways to interact with each other and the world.
We've already started working on what this might look like, and we're excited to show a proof-of-concept demo of Pokemon Go on HoloLens. This is not intended for consumer use yet, but it gives you a glimpse into the amazing possibilities when we combine advanced AR with exploration and social gameplay in the real world.
Thanks, Alex. I'm here in the gardens at Lake Merritt.
This is so great. It's like I'm actually here, John.
Welcome. This is amazing, and it's what I'm so excited about. Enabling friends to play and explore the world together, no matter where they are. I'm gonna have a look around.
I'm excited to join you in this adventure.
There are quite a few Pokemon appearing around here. Let's take a walk. Whether you're exploring a brand new park or just walking through a familiar neighborhood, augmented reality can make the real world a little more magical. In the future, we imagine a real world filled with adventures, helpful information, and of course, a lot of friends. Hey, Pikachu. Here you go. AR that's grounded in the real world, aware of us and the environment, is an incredibly powerful starting point, and it becomes even more powerful when we can share it. Someone I know is here now. Hey, Veronica.
Hi, John. Do you want to battle?
I don't know, Veronica. This usually doesn't end well for me, but I'm game.
What's important is to never give up, even if you lose. Let's get ready.
Let's go.
This battle is going to take a while. Thank you, John, and thank you, Veronica. I'm so excited for our Niantic partnership. Great things happen when we commit to something bigger than ourselves. Our shared sense of collaboration and the feeling of human connection it brings inspires me. I get inspired and motivated about opportunities where we can add our energy and capabilities to empower people and organizations around the globe to achieve their missions. And when the mission at hand has global benefit that impacts environmental understanding, conservation, and global ecology, not to mention has deep impact in education and science, I'm not only inspired by it, but also proud to be part of the journey. And it is with that pride that I like to invite Dr. Edith Whiter and Dr. Vincent Peerbone to tell us their stories as they push to understand one of the least explored, most mysterious, and most essential worlds we have ever known, our oceans. Dr. Edith Whiter is a biologist and deep sea explorer who combines expertise in oceanographic research and technological innovation with a commitment to reversing the worldwide trend of marine ecosystem degradation. Dr. Vincent Peerbone is a neuroscientist and researcher at Yale University. He is also vice chairman of the organization that is pushing the limits of technology and at-sea research called OceanX.
I became a scientist because I love exploring and being on a frontier, but I always thought it would be an intellectual frontier. If you ever get the chance, take a dive in a submersible and turn out the lights. Every dive I've ever made has been a journey into a wild and alien realm. It's a world within our world, one that we still know surprisingly little about. I mean, how is it possible that a creature as tall as a 4-story building managed to elude us for so long? What a strange existence for life down here. You've seen it, Vincent. Everything looks different. The instant you pass from air into water, you see it. It's all so changed. The warm colors disappear. As you descend, it goes from blue-green to blue to smoky navy until you pass the edge of darkness around 500 meters, and a new kind of light appears, living light. Seeing all that light on my first submersible dive more than 3 decades ago changed my life. All around me were animals flashing and glowing, a world of wonder vibrating with life and light. It was thrilling and mysterious and filled me with questions about all the strange ways light seems to function in this world.
Yeah, I did my first submersible dive during an expedition to the Solomon Islands. And there we witnessed a magnificent and unforgettable nighttime display of bioluminescent flashlight fish. All of this light is a language that animals in the deep sea use to communicate in one way or the other. And we're just beginning to understand those.
Some, like sea fireflies, eject champagne bubble lights to attract a mate. Others, like those flashlight fish you saw, Vince, use it in a variety of ways, including to move together in schools at night.
And others use it like a trap, like the anglerfish that using a glowing lure to attract its food, a bioluminescent bobble that dangles in front of its hidden maw.
And so we wondered, could we use the same anglerfish approach to draw in the elusive giant squid? Is there a light signal that might convince the giant squid to make an appearance? It was on Ocean X's Aleutian, operating off Japan in 2012, that we tried just this. Our electronic jellyfish lure worked its greatest magic, attracting the most famous squid of all, the legendary giant squid. No science fiction writer could concoct a more fantastic alien. 8 muscular arms plus 2 insanely long tentacles, all growing out of a massive cone-shaped head, a parrot-like beak that can rip flesh, a jet propulsion system that works equally well in forward or reverse, and gargantuan eyes, bigger than those of any other animal on Earth. I think those amazing eyes are the reason we had never managed to film a giant squid in its deep sea world. We were scaring them away with all our bright lights and noisy thrusters on submersibles and remote operated vehicles. It's the process of applying new technology and new ways of exploring that enables us to make these new, incredible discoveries.
Yeah, and now more than ever, the importance of these discoveries are front and center in our changing world. Ocean X was born out of this remarkable passion and excitement to explore the unknown. Over the past 3 years, we've designed and built a massive, brand new, one-of-a-kind research ship called Ocean Explorer, with the mission to take ocean exploration to the next level. We gathered oceanographers, marine scientists, filmmakers from all over the world to help us build the ultimate research and exploration ship. Every aspect of the vessel design was thought out to maximize ocean science and media production. From planning expeditions, to gathering and cataloging samples, to genetic sequencing, we can do it all without having to go back to shore. We have submersibles, deep sea robots, a helicopter, and multiple wet and dry laboratories. With our world-class crew, Ocean Explorer enables us to conduct multiple research projects at the same time.
And these tools are a dream for scientists like Vincent and myself. Ocean Explorer is basically a state-of-the-art, complete research laboratory in almost a full, living, floating city.
And we've developed a brand new part of our ship that we call HoloLab. In the HoloLab, we bring this data together to visualize and analyze in 3-dimensional space. This allows us to understand all of the rich, multidimensional data in a natural, intuitive way. Before, we were limited to 2D screens, and the data was mostly in charts and tables, while humans are sort of inherently respond best to a three-dimensional world. Now we can see the data mapped onto the actual ocean floor and divine how it relates to the underwater canyons and mountain ranges. I can't tell you how valuable it is to see data in the context of the 3D environment. And it isn't just visualizing information. This is a collaborative scientific tool that uses Microsoft Mesh to connect HoloLab with scientists in submersibles, on the ship, as well as those back at land. And now with our amazing partners, National Geographic and the BBC, we are setting off to capture exploratory adventures on the ship and release them as a groundbreaking series. All of you can join us to explore and discover in the near future, so stay tuned. And as you know, Edie, one of our first stops will be again to bring us face to face to the mysterious giant squid.
Ah, yes. And I remember a remark that pioneering ocean explorer and film director James Cameron once said, "I would have wrapped my submersible in bacon if it would attract a giant squid."
Hi, Jim. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, Alex, thanks for having me here. Thanks for beaming me in from New Zealand.
For sure. Now, this beautiful marvel of engineering behind us is the Deep Sea Challenger. Now, you co-designed and co-engineered the submersible and science platform, and with it, you became the first solo pilot in history to dive to the Challenger Deep, the deepest place on the planet, about 7 miles down, if I understand correctly.
Yep.
Now, of course, you weren't focused on first adventure, but rather on advancing deep sea ocean science. Now, the submersible allowed you to sample and image in revolutionary new ways. With camera systems you also, if I understand correctly, you designed. How has technology empowered you scientifically and creatively?
Look, I think almost everything I do in every single day is empowered by technology. Sometimes it's tools that other people have created. Sometimes it's tools that we've had to create for ourselves. So if you have a curious mind like I do, and you want to go places and you want to physically project your body into those places, you build a piloted submersible and you get in it and you go and you assemble a team to do that and to see what's out there and put the pieces together and create new things where you need to. If you want to project your consciousness into a place you can't physically go, like inside the Titanic, you build a small robotic vehicle that spools a fiber optic and you fly it inside there in a kind of avatar experience. So remotely operated vehicles are essentially physical avatars in the physical world. And then of course all the stuff I'm doing with the Avatar movies is both thematically about projecting our minds into other bodies, and it's also about creating a VR universe around us, around our actors, and bringing that world to life in all its detail. And that required whole new tool sets, and those tool sets are constantly evolving. So I would say, short of making my orange juice in the morning, there's not much I can do in a given day that doesn't involve building and iterating these tool sets.
That's absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for sharing. So what are your thoughts on the potential for the HoloLab and your partner OceanX to be enabled to both enable and engage the new generation of ocean explorers through technology?
Well, look, I think there are multi-levels to this, right? So we can put our researchers, our young researchers right there on the Ocean Explorer ship into complex data sets that have been gathered by the ship, maybe gathered by the submersibles, maybe it's bathymetry, and they can plan a dive. They can literally walk around the dive site before they actually go down there, or they could plan an ROV dive. Let's say it's too deep for their submersibles and they're going to go down with a remotely operated vehicle. They can see, well, this is canyon terrain, this is going to be difficult, we're going to have to keep the ship in a certain place so that we can see down there and have good communications with the vehicle for tracking, that sort of thing. So a lot of planning can be done. Now you start overlaying into that data sets of animals that have been seen, maybe squid schools that have been seen on sonar, that sort of thing. Say, this is what we expect to see at this depth. So our researchers can plan their work. But the beauty of it is that they can bring the audience along with them. Now, sure, it'll be a 2D representation, but eventually what I would love is that people, when they're watching our episodes, are actually in this VR experience or some kind of augmented reality experience, and they're seeing a little more of what our researchers saw and experienced at the time. And this is all happening for real. This isn't some showpiece or something that we just put on, you know, as a kind of a visual effect in a science fiction movie. This is an actual tool that's being used. You know, I started using HoloLens in its earlier form with Jet Propulsion Laboratory when we were planning, we were designing and planning a mission to Europa, a lander mission to Europa, for real. You know, so it's been a tool that's been used extensively, but now we're bringing a much bigger audience into it and a much vaster kind of sea of users into this great VR space that you and I know so well and use, but now we're making it available to everyone.
That's incredible. Thank you for the answer. It's absolutely inspiring to hear you speak. Last question, if I may. More than 30 years ago, On the Abyss, one of my all-time favorite movies, by the way, you developed revolutionary underwater lighting and communication systems. You created, as you talked about in your previous answer, remote observation vehicles to image inside the Titanic, for example. And then you created and pioneer virtual camera systems and other breakthroughs needed to be able to shoot Avatar, which, by the way, is my daughter's all-time favorite movie.
Well, thank you for that.
So basically, you have been living in mixed reality for more than 15 years. Can you tell us a little bit how it feels to be here today with us as a hologram and what your dreams are for what this technology can actually enable in the future?
Well, look, I can say having been in VR and AR spaces for the last 15 years at least, that there are no negative side effects that I can see. No, I'm kidding. It's actually a great way to work and to create and to co-create with other people. And I think that the sky's the limit on these collaborative VR and AR workspaces. I think your film that you open with shows the possibilities for medicine, for collaboration, for industrial design, engineering, and just for fun, just for the arts, just for creativity. You know, we've been using it in a very creative way on the Avatar productions for the last few years. The last really we started in 2005, so it's been coming up on 16 years, and it's constantly improved to the point that it's an absolute joy to work in that space every day. Now, I use a physical camera that I hold in my hands. I don't use the HoloLens, and we don't use that for the actors because we can't obscure their faces, but it's exactly the same set of principles. And you just get used to it. You get used to it. And I see us, in a sense, ultimately transcending our bodies, transcending our borders, transcending our cultures. And that's a great thing. We need that. We need to understand that people in Calcutta and Moscow and Beijing and in the US and the UK, wherever, we all love and want the same things. We're all one big unified team, if you will, planet team of 7 billion. And we've got to crack the code on all these problems that are existential problems that are facing us. And to do that, we've got to break down borders. We don't need walls. We need this. We need this sense of collaboration. We need this sense of togetherness. And this technology can do that, can help do that. It's hard to stand in a place with somebody and share a problem with them or share a joyful moment with them and then think of them as somebody else, someplace else that you don't care about.
Absolutely inspiring, Jim. What a great honor to have you be on stage with us today. I'm super looking forward to being able to watch Avatar 2 whenever it comes out.
So am I.
And I'm super appreciative to see you on stage with us today. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Dreams can connect us. They can give our lives meaning and drive us to seek others who feel the same way. Others who, while sharing our views, offer different perspectives. They challenge us with new ways of seeing. They encourage us to explore, they deepen our understanding, and they enrich our lives. Guy Laliberté, founder of Cirque du Soleil and Luna Rouge, has enriched my life. He's given me perspective. He's become a close friend, and he's a fellow dreamer. For many years now, we have been reflecting on removing barriers from society. We have been dreaming of a world where technology enhances, not limits, the human experience. And it seems that technology is finally catching up, turning our shared dreams into reality. Well, hi, Guy. Nice frog hat. Where are you coming from?
Hi, Alex. Well, I'm coming from the NI World, a new social mixed reality platform that will aim to connect physical and digital experience by leveraging the power of human connections.
Sounds incredible. As a creator, and as someone who has already revolutionized entertainment at least once, what is it about this medium that excites you?
You know, over the years, I've received countless proposals for technology solutions aimed at integrating live and digital experience. But so far, none was able to represent and transmit the magic and emotion of a live performance. I believe with the new Microsoft Mesh platform, combined with 5G technology and cloud computing, we believe that today, the right creative tools are finally available and at our fingertips, allowing us to move forward and invite creative from all over the world into our lab.
That sounds about right. But how do you balance this sense of togetherness that can only come from connecting with other humans, with technology, and our relationship with computers, so that humans and not devices are at the center?
Human connections are at the center of NI World, as they are and should be at the center of our life. I've traveled the world, and one thing is the same in every part of it. People want to interact with one another, to share and to connect. You know, Alex, I'm 61, and I've decided to be a great ancestor. Entertainment and creativity have always been my language. I'd like my legacy to be a place where all artists could share and showcase their creation, where a user could become partner and creator. I think we're in a great position to achieve this.
I love that vision. But how do you make sense and how do you balance this promise for a brighter future with a far more intimate and meaningful present? People need connection now more than ever, but we live in a world where people are starting to reject and no longer trust, giving away their time and data in return of free access to platforms. How do you connect artists with the community in an alternative way, based on principles of love, respect, and trust?
Alex, I'm a connector. I've been working with artists and building community all my life, at Cirque and in other ventures. I've connected people and brought to life amazing collective accomplishment. NI World wants to empower artists, allowing them to develop entertainment experience that celebrate the interconnection between humans. We aim to welcome artists and creators ready to share content that can all mix reality headset user and people in physical venue simultaneously. One thing drove all my creative projects so far: emotions. NI World is no different. And you know, I truly believe this virtual community will permit us to live human experience that might be possible to integrate in the real world. And I think this is for a better world. You know, Alex, I could talk about the subject for many hours. I think it's the moment that I show you a little glimpse of what the NI World spirit could be. Would you like to come with me a little bit? Come on.